and saw them, blotting out the faint slash of moonlight that periodically peeked out from behind the thick clouds they rolled past.
I stuck him in his ribs. Yeah, stick him if you want to be sure. Yeah, do it. I already did. It's your turn.
They were going to shove another blade into him. That realization came with the unusual matter-of-factness that had been part of Henry. Only this time there was a blessed numbness to that realization. One of his attackers grunted as his partner in crime pushed him.
You just want me to be the one who've killed a knob. Only fair that you stabbed him too. He's dead anyway, the other man groused. Ain't no need for me to do it too.
As the pair fought, darkness plucked at Henry's consciousness, muting the argument unfolding between the pair so that their words rolled together into an incoherent jumble that ultimately faded completely. And still he fought that pull of unconsciousness, knowing with an innate sense that if he gave himself over to the inky blackness, he'd never open his eyes again, knowing that he didn't want to die like this. Not here, not now. And then it was too much. The world went dark. When Henry came to, a thick haze of confusion clouded his head, and his eyes felt as if they were weighted shut. He struggled to open them. Where in places was he? And why did his side hurt like the devil had touched a pitchfork to it?
Didn't say we had.
And with the guttural cockney penetrating the confusion, it trickled in. His meeting with several MPs who were at odds with him on cleaning up the streets of East London, surveying those same streets and then parting ways. The first thing Henry registered was a voice, an unfamiliar one. Except it wasn't completely unfamiliar. Why did he know it? Why should he know a coarse East London cockney? And then it came rushing back, the attack, the assault he'd suffered on the streets. He must have gone black for just a moment, and then a groan escaped him, piteous, and worse than that, damning. His assailants went silent.
What was that?
There was a grunt, followed by a curse.
What on earth do you think it was? It was him.
And through the agony lancing at the wound he'd sustained, there was something more, terror and a hungering to escape. I cannot die here. Digging deep for one last grasp at a fight to survive, Henry pressed his gloved palms against the cobbles and struggled to push himself to a stand. Only one thought compelled him: flee. Alas, fate or God, or mayhap the devil, had other plans for him this night. His body collapsed, weak from his earlier attack. Struggling to lift a hand, but knowing his very life, or what remained of it, depended on the movement, Henry grabbed the purse from inside his jacket.
Money, he rasped. I have money.
He tossed the bag weakly at the pair, and it landed with a jingle that sent greed dancing in his assailant's eyes. The pair exchanged a look, and then as one they made a grab for it. The bulkier of the two beat his partner to it and then cuffed the other man about the ears for attempting to best him. When he spoke, his reedy voice contained a whine to it.
I told you he wasn't dead,
he complained, stuffing Henry's purse inside his tattered and patched wool jacket.
You didn't, he asked, and I said if you wanted to kill him, you should see to it.
You don't have to do this, Henry said, his voice thin, weak, barely audible to his own ears. Please don't do this. It was an entreaty that, because of a lifetime of honour ground into him as a peer of the realm, he couldn't bring himself to utter, not even with death facing him.
You don't tell us what we have to do or not.
With a growl, the burlier of his attackers buried his foot in Henry's bleeding side. Henry cried out, the sound weak and threadbare, but the other assailant kicked him in the face.
Shut your damn mouth,
he warned Henry, skittering his gaze about. The metallic bite of blood tinged Henry's mouth and ran down his throat. He choked and spit into the muddy puddle already a-swirl with crimson.
Fine, I'll do it, one of the brutes muttered.
There was a sharp hiss, the whine of a blade being unsheathed. Henry closed his eyes. This was it. They intended to finish him off, after all. Now, in this instance, with another blade to his body. Don't, he whispered, determined that his last word come forward as a command and not as a plea. Then, in the distance, the echo of a horse's hooves sounded, and he was spared. At least, temporarily.
Bloody hell, we can't do this here, the scrawnier of the pair muttered. Get his legs. You get his legs, I'll get his arms. Stop fighting about everything. Do you want to be seen?
And as one of them grabbed Henry roughly under